Good morning. Good morning. It's Monday. Woohoo! I love Mondays. I've told you that before. It's 8:30 Monday morning, and I'm Susan McMullen. I am the founder of Social Sisterhood. I'm a partner with Rodan and Fields. I'm a strategist with entrepreneurs. I love helping women be more than they think they can be. So, welcome this morning. I'm so glad you're here. Again, it's Monday morning, and I love that. Hi, Jessie. How are you? What'd you do this weekend that was fun? Type it in. What'd you do? For me, I managed, my husband actually worked on Saturday, and so on Saturday, I did a little work myself. But I managed to take a couple of really long baths with candlelight, which I dearly love, and just kind of lay in there. And it was in the morning time. So I was like laying around half the morning, doing that for myself. One of my oldest son's first year anniversary was this weekend. So I got to watch them. They're out of town, but they had some stuff posted on Facebook. My daughter and her husband were here. My youngest son, he came home from school for a little bit, and we went and played some games. It was a lot of fun. So what did you do? Type it all in there. I'd love to hear it, because the weekend you really should do something for yourself. Don't forget you. And so I'm glad to have you here. Hey, Carrie, I'm so glad you're all here. Today, what we're going to talk about is something, I've been reading my little book I've been telling you about. And on Friday morning, I think, Carrie, on Friday morning, I think that, very cool. On Friday morning, I finished one of the books, but the very last story in there was a very interesting story to me. Very short. This is the book called Change Me Prayers by Tasha Silver. So she's telling this little bitty story at the end, and she said one time she went to a Vietnamese restaurant and asked for a pot of tea. And they gave her a pot of tea, and they came back and also gave her a cup that she said was probably no bigger than a thimble. Tiny. And so she said to the guy, could you please bring me, would you mind bringing me a bigger cup? It's going to take me forever. I'll be here all day. And he kind of laughed and said, that's the point. In our culture, we like to savor every sip and every drop and every moment. And we always find it interesting that in your culture, that you're always in a hurry and you always want more and more and more and more, but you're always in a hurry. So, that really struck home to me, because how many of you ever find yourself like not really being in the moment? You're present, but you're sitting at the dinner table, or you're out to dinner and you have your cell phone there waiting for it. Or if it dings, you have to take a look at it. I'm terribly guilty of that. I remember the days when we had no cell phones, and dinner was much more pleasant to sit around and yip yak, whether you were fighting and throwing food at each other, or whether you were just, having a great conversation, enjoying one another's company. It was a lovely time to be there. Or if you were sitting with a friend having coffee and the phone sitting there on the table, or any of those things. I find that when sometimes when my kids come home or they're around, if I'm busy on the computer, it's like I don't stop. And really, I should stop, because those moments with them are really so much more important than that moment on that doggone computer. And so I ask you, do any of you ever have problems or find yourself not really being in the moment and enjoying the company that you're with and what's really happening? So I asked you, what you did fun this weekend. And another thing that I did, we had my daughter got married last year, and so we had this back patio built, and we have woods in the back of our yard. So there's a wall back there. And I couldn't stand it. Saturday was so gorgeous, and I went out and just sat on that wall, listening to the birds, looking at that brilliant blue sky. The dogwoods are in full bloom, and my daughter came home, and she's like, where are you? And I said, I'm out here on the wall just enjoying the moment. So for this morning's Coffee and Conversation, my challenge to you is Monday. So how about going through the week and just catch yourself and see if, when you're with others, or even if you're not with others, if you just need a little bit of time for you, see if you can just be present in the moment. Enjoy the sounds around you. Enjoy the colors around you. Just notice them a little bit more. a little bit, the trees are popping with leaves. Enjoy that greenery. Notice it a little more. Notice those flowers coming out, the smell that's in the air. I was walking my dogs and my neighbor was cutting his grass. And I said, I love that fresh smell of grass in the summertime and springtime. So, so my challenge to you is to go through this week and catch yourself and see if you can just enjoy the moment and be present a little more than normal. And that will become a habit. I'm working on like leaving my phone off the table. And it's not that I sit and read my messages, but I always am waiting for that ding, and why I don't know. That's so not important. So I'm working on that. I'm working on being in the moment to hear the birds and the trees and the wind even whisper by my face. And so I encourage you to enjoy the moment and take that in. And on Friday, I will ask you what you found, if you found you were present anymore, and if you noticed anything different. So with that said, I hope you have a wonderful, wonderful Monday. I love Mondays. And have a great day. It's beautiful. And I will see you again tomorrow morning at 8:30. Talk to you then. Bye-bye.